Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. Without knowing, I almost botched the job. Yeah, this is actually a little bit of an amendment to what I had for plans, because, you know that Death Wish counter that I talked about earlier, because I saw it before, this event began, and I was like, well, since, I'm about to play the Death Wishes on my own file, that would be a very useful thing to show off. Turns out I was wrong to use it. And here is the reason why. That looks more summer. And the placements of the mod levels actually makes a lot more sense instead of using the base game map design. Yeah, this is what we were supposed to have been seeing throughout the entirety of this, and we're 6 videos deep. And guess what? This very mod does include, well, it doesn't actually show it there. Here we go, a death counter. By uninstalling that old death counter map, which Supersoft Laundry and JDWMGB mentioned that it's such an old one, multiple updates have broken the mod, so it literally just replaces it with the base design default. JDWMGB recommended a mod that he is involved with, which has not only fixed the map, but also made it a lot more spruced up, with many customization options. Death Wish Ultimate, aka Big Map. The largest Death Wish related collaboration is here, expanding the Death Wish map to brand new horizons, with brand new sections adding triple to the original area, for modders and players all alike to celebrate. Super special collaboration brought to you by Super Inklink, for the developer and scripter, Alabra, the lead artist, randomizer title card creator. There is a randomizer in here, so you don't have to use the mod compilation mod, but this is only for Death Wishes. Also made the Space Zone, Metro Zone, Cloudy Zone, Ocean Zone, and Hell Zone sections of the main map, which you can see to our left here. We also have Happy Job, who made the Mountain Zone, as well as Clean Up and Polish, Space Case for the Time Rift Zone and Finale Zone, Miss Katsune, not to be confused with the Space Kitsune, for City Zone, Dr. Tree Frog for the Sandy Zone, Sab Mods for the Beach Zone, and Deck Said Pony for the Twilight Zone. Again, the map is on the left there. That's the expanded original map. In addition, special thanks to Napar_Tit, Hatlag, JDWMGB, Super Cool Sonic, and Benonius, or Bree, for playtesting. In addition to the larger map, this mod contains a ton of brand new ways to enhance your Death Wish experience, which we'll get into in just a bit, because that is a lot of text. We'll go through all that with the configuration options. If you have any more ideas for good features to add, feel free to let me know, and I'll see if I can make them happen. So let's have a look at all these settings, shall we? We got the, well, it tells you to use this one to turn it on and off, because enabling, disabling could break the game if it's running, because, the maps are still in constant use. You can turn the connecting lines on and off. You can remember how you last sorted, so it remembers how you laid out the map before when you left the map. Optimized bonus HUD uses a newer version of the HUD that displays the Death Wish contract details, which runs more smoothly. Thinking that's the pause menu option, which, if you've noticed, it still says the Sora squiggle, the signature, because I have Sora installed. Don't know if that will be fixed or not, or if this will even be used because of that. It could conflict. Just like with the old death counter, which only adds a death counter, but this one includes a death counter, so it's not a problem. And haven't lost any functionality, we've just gained even more, and for some reason this passed me by. But then again, I tend to avoid Death Wish related mods, so when I saw the Death Wish counter, before even playing this event in my own time, I thought that would be useful. Didn't realise it would replace the unique art for the map. Hence why I'm really happy that this has been brought to my attention before we go onwards, because this is probably going to be maybe the last time that we'll see this map, and you'll see why later on. More animation speed up, so if you hold a button, it will speed up the animations. A deadly displayer, which spawns a wall tablet that quickly allows you to access these configs. In the hub? That should be right next to the Snatcher here. Yeah, here we are. Performing first time boot up. This is interesting. It actually has like an in-hub option. Welcome, user not found, to the Deadly Displayer Beta. In its current state, you may quickly access the configurations for Deathwish Ultimate. Now, that is quite useful, but it says not to abuse it. I'm guessing accessing this menu here is a little bit buggy. Hence why it says beta. Not entirely too sure, but we can still check out the rest of the settings here. And it actually goes off the screen. Where did we leave off with? The Deathwish Groups implements the Deathwish grouping functionality of the base game map for all map modes. We got Randomizer Deathwish, which we can choose how that would actually choose certain Deathwishes. So you could have ones that you've perfected, unperfected, completed only, no stamps, disabled, if you don't want it there. We'll talk about that in a bit. Sync Randomizer Online, so if you choose a Deathwish or you choose Randomizer, people can join in on that very Deathwish, even if you chose the Randomizer option, while in Online Party. Normal Map, I've turned that on because if you turn it off, you have the more zoomed out one that showed you on the thumbnail of the mod. I'm not using that one for now because as I don't have a lot of custom Deathwishes from mods, which can get incredibly messy. Like, if you just check out the mod on the Steam Workshop. Wow, that's a lot! No thank you. Use modded Deathwishes. I'm just going to keep that on because, you know when I gave a little introduction to how all the maps are? Well, that feature is in the main game, as I mentioned already, just for the main game map, the expanded map, which includes mods, and then the event map. The fourth mod map that had mods separately, that's technically incorrect. I've been corrected about that right now. That's Jalint God's own map. He has his own Deathwish map. I'll get into that in a bit. Placement mode, you can see how it all plays together on a grid. Deathwish free mode, it removes the Deathwishes so you can just look at the art, unhindered. And permanent gold map, it makes it the gold variant even if you haven't reached, well, all 100% of stamps on that map. So right before we continue, I need to just show that, well, we're on the event map as you know, but now we can actually go left bumper, right bumper, so we don't just cycle through them, we can go back and forth. And it shows at the bottom of the screen, so all that editing that I did at the start of this didn't need to be done. So yeah, we've got base game, modding, base game and modding, I'm on point so far. The event, which in this case is the summer map, still on point. In fact, I was completely on point except for this, the Jalint God Cannon. This is its own map, not any mods that don't require any other mod tokens to access. This is Jalint God's own custom Deathwish map. So that's a bit awkward, but of course we're not covering any of these because this is from, in particular, the DLC Immersion mod, so I'm not going to cover that. From at least the expanded map, I am just going to make mention of this. The random Deathwish. What would it be? Only one way to decide. You can play any level Deathwish, but only the ones you've unlocked. Just a heads up, kiddo. But before we continue on with this map, we have one more feature to show off, the change map mode. If you are having trouble trying to find a particular level that you want to play, you can make it into a side-scroll kind of list. Of course, if they still have any unlockable requirements, you still need to follow that, but if you just want to easily find what one you want to play, you can put them in a list. And it applies to every map. Let's put that back to normal. Alright, so now, we can finally continue on by reactivating the cave story weapons so that we can actually get on with the task at hand, the Summer Heat Time Rift. Now, you may have noticed from my costume that I have changed to the water suit, which was a mod, not a officially recognised mod, but a mod nonetheless, because we need to stay chill for this. It doesn't actually make us chill, but it's the thematics of it all. The Summer Heat Time Rift. Reach the second checkpoint, break the cage, which is required to beat the level, and reach the top, which is grabbing the timepiece, which is beating the level. So if we beat the level, we'll get all three. The Summer Heat Time Rift for the 2023 Summer Mod Jam made this to practice level designing. Contains beat the heat mechanics, but with a faster heat build-up as well as more convenient resting spots. Instead of buckets of water, we just have to stay in the shade. Things get more fiery along the way. Okay, that's all bye. Playtesters are Super Inklink, Fan Jimmer, which is SZXZL Fan. Once again, I'd like to thank JDWMGB for showing me this particular mod, because not only does it make the map better with quality of life features and includes the Death Wish count, it also just makes it easier to know what map is what, instead of me having to tell you, which I already did, which I was close. I just mislabeled Jilink God's own map. But we are here, and as I said, guns, very useful here. So, by staying chill, we gotta basically platform through this level. There are no collectibles to grab, we just gotta get through. And yeah, a big chunk of this video has also been taken out, dedicated to just that map mod, which was not part of the plan. So if this video is a little bit longer than intended, that would be why. Stay under shade to reduce or remove accumulated heat. We are starting to burn up. Let's stay underneath here and chill for a moment. Any umbrella works, any part of shade works. So we just make our way up. Afia, get out of the way, and grab those triangles. Those are the experiences. Also, the notifications that you just saw pop up at the bottom of the screen there, where you normally complete a Death Wish. Also, the HUD showing me candles active as well, along with the level that I'm in. They were also broken due to the Death Wish counter. That mod is super out of date, and I had no idea. Because if you're just using it with the normal Death Wish map, with no custom artwork for events and all that, you would not even know. Also, we've already reached second checkpoint. We're blasting through this level. Literally, because I just used my gun on a map here. Make sure your camera angle is good when bouncing off of these so you know exactly where you're going in order to push in that direction in order to get moving. Because we're going to start burning up if we don't find some more shade fast. There's some shade. Let's get under that. Because we were right on the cusp of suffering from heat stroke. Also, this music sounds like Windy from Conker's Bad Fur Day. It gives me that vibe. I like it. It's very jazzy. No time to waste. We need to... Ah! Ow. Well, as you saw there, I took damage and my weapon lowered down. I actually forgot to turn on the candle for the weapons for Cave Story, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I wasn't getting any experience, so it didn't really matter. But luckily I turned them on now because I kind of need them. Let's bounce our way across and get under the shade really quickly. And this is where I normally have trouble with this level. We're kind of like halfway through at this point because I think the next one is the cage. Yeah, it's up there. So we've got this checkpoint, our third checkpoint so far. I can shoot him from here. Great. I just keep going back into the shade to reset my counter. Am I not killing him? Maybe if I grab some of this experience, it might help. Oh! Level 3 max, I'm shooting duckies! Kind of fitting. Also, do you see how little experience that I need to level up my weapons? But also, how little I'm close toward getting 5,000 experience. It's actually good that they're showing up now, actually. Again, I bought my game without even knowing. What do I want here? I wanted to change my weapons, so I'll do that. I wanted to go to the machine gun because it's actually more useful at this point in the level. Although it is maxed out. Let's go back to the sprint hat. Let's get moving. Right, this is where I want to fire. Oh. Take him out really quickly by rapid spam firing. Stay under the shade without touching the fire. Ow! Well, I've leveled up at least twice. Sometimes the strafing really hinders me. Because you don't lock onto the enemies. That's just the reticle for your target. How are you standing on there? There we go. There's a big block. I would like that. But I do need some health, so I will be heading back in a moment. There we are, that'll do. Yeah, I'm kind of multitasking here. I need to head back just for a moment. Oh, that hop-on's on the edge. Useful. Can never scoff about extra health. Must have been dropped by the Mafia or one of the birds. Right, now we need to get back up. I only went back for health. I missed the jump. Wow, okay, never mind. I guess we're not saving the ponds. I just ate it. I literally choked. That's literally all I can say. Music's so jazzy. Now, of course, if you're having a little bit of trouble, it might be worth using the time stop hat so that you can, you know, land safely because of all this additional fire. What? How did I... What happened there? Okay, interesting. Yep, this can also get very hairy, so I'm just going to slow down time and go nuts here in order to get into some shade and kill everything. You may see some ammo here. This time a lot clearer than being in the water. If I had the auto regen of the ammo off, it would refill me with a little bit of shots. At the same time, some ammo does take longer to recharge and it can max you out. Alright. We broke the cage, but it only triggers once you get to the next point beyond it. Okay, that's a hell of an angle with these binoculars. Probably should have put it over there or something. But we're not done. We need to get to the top and leave. And I haven't died yet, which is actually good. I say and immediately fall short of that jump. And accidentally grab another harpoon. Okay, I should stop talking when I'm doing good. Not screw myself over. Stop jinxing myself, boy. Right, here we go. This is what we need. Well, how did I manage that? I level downed. Okay. Let's try that one more time. It's the momentum cancelling and I wasn't at the right angle. Got no more harpoons here. That's a problem. That's what I needed to do. Right, okay. Let's not slow this down. I was just trying to be careful. But that was my undoing. Yeah, gotta be under here in order to get some shade. I fell short! That's not good! Okay, hang on a minute. This is really bad because I'm going to start suffering from heat stroke in a minute. Okay. That was a bit messy. Should have made that jump. I'm falling short. What? Okay, hang on a minute. Let's bounce with this. Because I'm not too sure what's happening here. I'm going to skip this umbrella and just push forward. There we go. I was being a bit silly. Now, I am going to slow down time here because I've, one, got no more health. And two, I need to dodge this fire while making myself get across without burning. Because I'm about to burn through heat stroke because I was sweating. That was a bit panicky. I haven't got any health still. There's fire everywhere. I am going to die at some point here and it's not going to be pretty. I actually lived. Okay. Remedied the situation with terrible gameplay. This is the final climb. I was sure I was going to die there after how bad that was going. No, you're not ruining it for me. Get out of it. Alright. So this time I'm going to swap my weapon to the fireball because that'll be a lot more useful for what's about to come up. Let's get back to the time stop hat. Just go nuts with shooting here. You can only have so many ammo on screen at any one point. Then I'm going to get back underneath the brolly. You can also see at the sides of the screen with the vigilante filter how hot you're getting. It gets a bit yellow. You know the routine. There we are. And now we can get further up. But before we do, reset our heat again by getting under the brolly before we start sweating very profusely. If you're hearing those dings, that's just extra triangle experience that's still bouncing. I would go out my way for them, but I'm just going to have to grind at some point. Okay, wasn't going for the home attack, was just going for firing, but okay. As long as you have a cave story mod weapon equipped, enemies will drop experience. If not, then they will not drop any. They're in the fire, so I'm not going to try and get them. I was just trying to stay in the shade to reset my count. I fell. That's not good news. That's also not good news. Right, let's try it again. There we are. He actually dropped a harpoon for me. Nice. Hit the shade. Do not get burned. Let's get up top. There we are. I wasn't looking where I was going, and that's not good at all. Honestly, I feel like talking about the maps thrown me off my groove, because I wasn't planning on having that being an issue, but otherwise I wouldn't have been able to show the proper event map design if I didn't know about it. But here we are, we've got a hat kid on fire for some reason, even though they're in the shade. Okay, that's not actually working because they are dropping. There we go. Get the balls over. Because I keep taking damage, my guns keep leveling down. Okay, I should probably not go for the experience at the moment and just live. Nemesis! Rubber ducks! Face me! Actually, that makes the gun weaker. Would the bubbler work? I mean, it does roughly the same amount of damage, but I'm not going to risk going over there to fight that enemy. Screw it, you're dying! That's right. Rocket launcher action, baby. Are you okay? Hi, how you doing? Need a bit of a drink there, don't you? Right, let's not mess this up. Let's go up instead. We're still not done! We've still got more to do! This is insanity, and I don't have any health, and there was no health down there, so... yeah. Bit of a problem, that, innit? Oh! Frame rate just died! That almost messed me up. Okay, let's not have that, please. Why did that happen? Too many particle effects, maybe. I don't know. Whee! Things are heating up! I made it! That was super close. Time Hat came in clutch there. And probably the best I played. Just don't burn. We were getting close to that. Got full health here. More than full health, actually. You're not living, mate. It's scuffing the side of him. It actually doesn't affect him. You can't kick him off either. No, he's invincible. I guess he's just fine with the heat. Interesting that. Normally you can always knock them off. At the very end, you might be wasting your time doing that, then you'll die of heat stroke. It's a trick! Let's get out of here! You know, if I didn't have that Death Wish counter, it probably would have actually displayed the timer for the facing summer time level. But we have it. We have 1 out of 3 for the cave story weapons, so now we can show off that item by Happy Job, which I just realised is that this new mod map actually shows you what the mod is in the present instead of an open present, so I don't no longer have to guess, because I already had all the mods installed from the summer event tagged page. Which is awkward, because that means that the hat that I showed was actually the reward, which I didn't realise until just now, which means you would have had to equip the items manually. But this one was also by Happy Job, which is the moon glasses, which I accidentally showed off the timepiece juice hat, which was also by Happy Job. So, my apologies for the mess up, but I guess you could say that this particular part of this video is to correct all the previous issues and inconsistencies so far. But anyways, enough with the inconsistencies, we have sorted all them out. We have now completed the Summer Heat Time Rift. Other than Hattle Royale, there's only 1 level left to go, and this one will require multiple playthroughs. As far as I know, at least, because I can't find any more Rift Ponds, because they are a collectible in this level, but it's not a purple rift, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. The Painted Sandcastle. Start the countdown, collect the timepiece, and find a key. Today's theme is running away, apparently, as we have to sprint, bash, and uncover the secrets in this Wario Land and Pizza Tower-inspired level, the Painted Sandcastle. Hat Kid finds a mysterious painting on the beach, whichever pulls her and the surrounding environment inside. Turns out her metal detector found the timepiece in a sandcastle, not the chest. Can she make it out, or will she face the custodiation of the painting? I couldn't pronounce that word for a second there. Also, that drawing is very funky with the swirly on the bottom half of Hat Kid there. Made for the 2023 summer-themed mod jam. Doesn't show the credits here, so we can look at them here. Saltness Corners for custom music. Argle Bargle for the Snowman badge ability. Not entirely too sure what... Oh no, I know what that is. The Snowman badge ability. That was a badge that was something that if you used the ice hat, you would be basically a snowball that you can roll around to break stuff instead of making a ground pound. But it's built into this level as a feature, which we'll see much later on. We also have Habby Job for the Banana Peel model, Sammy Shah for custom death animations, Star Blaster 64 for the Rift Collapse Visuals Kismet, Super Ink Link for custom parade band and script help, Ultra Boo for script help, the Base Mesh for the Anvil model, and playtesters we have Hatlag, Cat Twins, JDWMGB once again, coming through for us in this video, Arctic Blue, and Renea Eat Knights. Why does Renea eat knights? That'll do, and here are my hat flares. Just so you are aware, I'm using this mod to have a bunch of dies in the Rift Roulette. We've been covering these in our modding showcase series, hats off to you. I already have them installed and you immediately get the base Pepino die. With all our preparations done, let's begin.
Cha-ching! Money, money, money! Huh? Bye-bye! Whoa!
This is straight out of Luigi's Mansion.
Whoa!
Or maybe Wario Land 4, I guess.
Hey! Whoa!
Well, ain't that a problem? Where's this leading us into? Painted Castle. And that's a big bird. So, if you like Wario Land 4 particularly, as well as obviously Pizza Tower, you're going to get a lot of vibes, which is why I am decked out in what I have. Also, I can get some experience if I use this normal weapon to whack enemies. But there are some special effects. You can run into stuff to break it without needing to use your brewing hat. Also, I'm killing you. Get some experience out of it. I home attacked, so I didn't exactly get a lot there. You can really hear the WarioWare like sound font going on. Also, this is our tutorial room. We need ourselves a hat. We've got like a very customized Wario sounding Mafia Town kind of music. We need the ice hat for this. Why do we need our weapon? Because of enemies! They are just visible, so we can smack them. Oh, bam, bam. Bam, 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 You see what I mean? It sounds like the Mafia headquarters music. That's why I was kind of humming along with it to get the impression. Keep in mind of this door here. Notice that I had to lunge right next to the entryway in order to get in. We want to remember this locked door for later. For now, though, we just want to kind of write this down. And you want to find all 4 of the chicks that got separated when the painting sucked us in. If you can find all 4, you get a Rift Pond for your rewards. Let's swing over here. You can see that all of the features are coming into play, along with all other things as well. Let's just grab even more experience here. We only need 1 more level up on a weapon in order to get the second stamp. As I said, the final one will require a lot of grinding on my part, off screen, so I will be having that stamp. But there's no reward tied to it, other than getting the 1 stamp which we already have, which is the hat that came with the mod, which you would already have anyway, so a little bit interesting there. But we already have it, and why am I not climbing this? There we go. That was a bit strange. big one there. And look at it, we're only got 183. We haven't even got 200 experience yet out of 5,000. It is going to take a while. Now, here is that feature that I was on about. This, I believe, is a mod badge that you can get, which when you use this hat, you'll be an ice cream. If you don't have it already, this will allow you to do it itself, because if I press the hat button, I'll come out of it. So yeah, going through here will just give us the effect of that badge, which I will probably not download for now, unless, you know, it becomes like an official mod at some point. And for some reason I didn't hit that guy. I hit that guy, but it's fine. We don't need to stay being a ball for now, I don't think. Because we can just slide in on an action, and don't forget that bird. If you stayed as a snowball, that would be an easy bird to miss if you accidentally jump. Don't think I can actually do this. I need to go back up and get the snowball. Right, let's try out again, shall we? Thankfully, the birds will not be left behind as we're doing this. Yeah, we're supposed to just bounce and go. I'm guessing maybe the snowball gets smaller the more enemies we hit, and for some reason I didn't build it up, but that's what's supposed to happen. Also, remember the room layouts, as well as certain blocks like this, because they will change at some point, and we need to memorise them to be efficient. There we are, I've got the level 5, now it's just grinding for, Also, it looks like I can just summon a bunny to do a Omni Slash on enemies, it seems. I haven't actually played Cave Story, so that's just something that's not familiar to me. There we go, that'll do it. So yeah, there's not actually any item pickups at the moment, but there are rewards at the end of the level, which will depend on how many rift tokens, rift ponds that we get. So we'll cover those when we get to the end, and basically just do what I do, and you can be the most optimal. Except for the fact that, you know, the previous snowball segment broke on me. We're bouncing everywhere! Just hold into the direction that you're going, and you're pretty much good. Hit this. Don't know why I grabbed that health. Didn't really need it. That allows us to get in there. So it's back down we go. You may think that you need to get up at some point, but no, you can go down. Because that green kind of not dweller wall that is here, it's one way solid, or it was. It wouldn't let us go through if we weren't a snowball. Let's make our way down here. But I'm alone in the chair. I guess I could have had the watermelon hat on, but it wouldn't have fit. Oh. Yeah, that's actually causing me problems. I think that's broke it, which is kind of a problem. Ah, I should be fine. Might swap to a different weapon. It's the only, like, melee weapon that comes with the set. Maybe that. And I kind of need the experience, although we won't be focusing on that for a bit. We're just going to basically skip everything in this room. We can run through here. They are ever so slightly glowing. And we found a key! The key is hidden in there, so make sure to grab it. Just kind of skipping everything. Don't need to worry about it. The key is to go fast, and leaving them there, leaving those springs there is actually more worthwhile to us. Alright, so, are you ready for the true Wario Land 4/Pizza Tower escape sequence? Because we're getting to the end of this. Also, I keep running on these panels without meaning to. Yeah, we can wall climb for infinite amounts of time by doing that. Oh, and if you, as long as you have the key, if you fail, this will be a checkpoint when we hit this button. The key will be here as long as you have found it. Also, we have 3 out of 4 birds, that is fine. The 4th bird is found on the exit. Start the counter. We can now just quit if we want to. But obviously, we're not doing that. Also, our weapon cannot be used while we're holding a key, as demonstrated here by me swinging. We use the key as a weapon. But that's fine, because we still technically have our Cave Story weapon equipped, so we can kill enemies and still get experience. But you may not want to be focusing on that. There we go. Let's get ourselves out of here. So it's a normal rift collapse at the moment. I mean, that's kind of goes without saying. Skip that room effectively. Up here we go. Don't whack that right now. We want to ice hat this. Slide in. Smack the switch. Slide back in again. That's how we get through. I think it's... Nope. I'm thinking of another room. It's definitely this way. Bounce off your head. Up here. Ice hat time. Pound this. Go straight down. Roll with it. Do a little hop for boost. Bounce off the wall and just roll. Boom. You take him out. Switch back to the sprint hat. And we want to keep on moving. Now we just want to go straight down on this end over here. And we need to go straight up. To the left. You can... Remember, you have a little bit of 3D movement, so you can walk right around that egg and not be having any issues. Ice hat all the way through down here. That's why we didn't deal with that earlier. Let me... Oh yeah, get my ice hat out, actually. I want to basically do this. I did not pound through. That time I did. Get my sprint hat back out. Home attack. Skip that one. Home attack you for safety. Get through. Alright, now this one's a bit annoying. We need the brewing hat for this, so we need to smack this. Hop back up here. Don't... Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Going in the wrong direction. I need to dodge this fire. Hit that. Fall down here. Ice hat through here. And then we're going to just cancel out on this. Go to our sprint hat. That's the one. And make our way through this room. We just go straight down and through here. That's it. And that's how we can use this key. Over here. Oh, I did that wrong. Hang on. Let me respawn those platforms. There we go. Slide in. It's the janitor's room, and he is not having a good time. But there's also a few rift ponds in here, which is quite useful. Right, we need to hurry up. We've only got 90 seconds left. So what we need to do is fall down, not get hit, and yeah, the key was used in the exact same room right above where we just went down this way with the sprint hat. And now, instead of going to the right, we go to the left. If you can't get up, start jumping. You don't want to lose the snowball, because you need to smash your way through to get out. And we're on our way! Now, depending on if you have enough time, you might want to try going for lap 2. Listen to this music.
Lap 2.
I'm just jumping past everything and going. There are rift ponds scattered throughout this level in lap 2. This is how you build up your numbers. But if you don't get all the rift ponds necessary to get all the prizes at the end, do not worry. Just replaying the level again and getting more rift ponds that way, because they all respawn, is definitely worth. I don't think we need to kill the enemies again, so we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep on going. We've got less than a minute. You want to keep your speed up, because you know what happens in pizza time if you run out of time. Oh, there's a rift pond up there. I'm gonna get it real quick. Again, I'm not going out my way for all the rift ponds. I will be playing this level again to get the rest of the ponds that I need. I'm just going to have to take that hit. It's fine. I didn't want to grab the wall. I just tried to do the speed boost. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm taking damage. That's not good. I've grabbed all the heart ponds already, so it's a little bit worrying. Oh, and we don't have the key, by the way, so we're back to our cave story weaponry. Alright, we're about to run out of time here, and this is where I have the problem, because you gain like an extra minute for lap 2. And this is when the janitor shows up, and if you get touched by him, it's basically game over. Yep, like that. He kills you immediately. And that means you start back at lap 1. This is what I meant, that the key does respawn if you already have them. Actually, I think I have all 4. Oh, I keep all 4, even if I found the 3rd one during lap 1. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let me get back to where I was in lap 2. Alright, lap 2. You can see my timer. There we are. We've now got 2 minutes to do it. Oh, I got stuck! That's not a good start, rude! Hookshot the damn thing! Wow. Immediately make me panic because you're not working properly. Unbelievable. Oh, look at me, I have 2 minutes, and then immediately waste 20 seconds. Also, I can't seem to get my boost there for some reason, with the perfect jumps. Oh, that'll do. Give me that. No, give me that. Give me... Oh my god, this is going terribly. I was doing a lot better on my first attempt in this particular room. Oh my lord, why did the game hang there for a second? What is going on? Get up there! I'm actually mad. Because now I've got less than a minute and I've only gone through 2 rooms. At least all the obstacles that we've dealt with before are gone. Yeah, I'm doing this. You know why? Because if you keep on jumping, you get speed boosts. Right. Right, I've got 30 seconds. This is not exactly the best time that I had so far. Around you. Not do the boost. That was more clean. Rude. Get out of it.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
No, I've done even more.
2, 1.
I ran out of time at pretty much the exact same spot. Wait, how? What? How? I smacked the switch. Rude. I smacked the switch again. It's my weapon! Oh my lord. I'm getting screwed out by my weapon. Stop double hitting it! This doesn't happen. Finally, it doesn't double hit, and that's when I die. I'm turning that off. Smack you, and this time not have problems. Thank you. Because this is the room that always gives me trouble. No, I'm on the wrong hand. That being one of the reasons. Don't need to go for the key. That was semi-final room. This is final room. I'm just going to use this because we're already in it to go. Oh, stop hitting the corners! The janitor's going to show up on the final stretch, and that's not good.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And we got to leave. I don't know if there's a third lap, and I'm not chancing it. I've got all 4 chicks. I handed in the key to the janitor's closet to get 3 rift ponds. And now we can return the 4 chicks to their mother. And we get another rift pond for our troubles, giving us a total of 7. If there's more in the level, I don't know where, and honestly, I barely make it by going on the route that I do, with handing in the key. If you don't hand in the key, you'll definitely have more time, because that's a detour. But you can see here, on the level, that we have purple rift entry points, the pods, that require rift ponds in order to open. These are our collectibles for the level. For 1 rift pond, we can get money, which is not very worth, but these do disappear when you collect them, when you re-enter the level at least. So if you came back into the level, you can get more rift ponds, and then you can get all the rewards. So if you can't get as many as possible in one go, you just have to play the level again. But these 4 are the ones that we care about. We have a brewing yarn for 1 rift pond, a time stop yarn for 2 rift ponds, 2 rift tokens for 3 rift ponds each. I only have 7, so we're going to grab both of these. Then we have 1 rift pond to spare. And I'm going to spend that on the only one that actually matters, which is this. And I will have to play the level again in order to get what I need. But if I just go into the janitor's closet, I can get 3, or I can grab 2 along the way on lap 2, as well as the 4 chicks. So I have options. But you know what? Obviously we have the option to turn off the music in our settings. Since we got to do this again, you know what it means. But before we do that, we need to leave. This portrait's now empty, there's nothing in the chest. What we need is what we originally came here for. And it wasn't even there. Let's go back in and get the rest of the rift ponds that we need.
Couldn't resist.
there we are. We have just enough. Also, we have the babies. We can just turn them again. Not that I need it. Head out of my mind on that one. Didn't even die. I mean, I messed up a couple of times, but at least we can even open this up. Don't hop in there. It'll do its own thing. Oh, no. I guess you have to. Oh, it's like a pond capsule, and they just scatter over the place. I did not realise that. Might as well collect them. This is a one-time thing. As you can see, all the other ones, as I mentioned, have disappeared. So, yay, we did it. And then we can grab our final yarn. There we go. And with that, guys, we only have one more mod left to cover. And that is also the last of the summer event map. Of course, we need to grind for the XP of the cave story weapons. I'll do that off screen. But when I cover Hattle Royale, we'll go through what we need to do, and we'll be live streaming that. And once we at least have one stamp, so it's marked clear, like playing at least 3 matches, doesn't matter if we get the other 2, there's no more rewards. However, there are rewards within the level itself. That are still technically part of this, but will not disappear when the event runs over. So with that, guys, we'll see you next time for when we return to fight some kids online in a deathmatch, not a chase. However, you do require DLC Vanessa's Curse in order to play it. It could be considered another creator DLC unofficially. In a way. You'll see what I mean. See you guys then.